So you're pretty much a power user of Rebel, right? But today, we're going to go under the hood. We're not just looking at the cool features, we're diving into the core architectural decisions that make Rebel, well, Rebel. This is all about the why behind the what you use every day.
Look, you've already mastered the skills. You've connected your tools, and you're probably getting way more done, way faster. But have you ever just stopped and wondered, how does it all work so seamlessly? If you're ready to go a little deeper and really get the fundamental design choices that make Rebel so different, you are definitely in the right place.
All right, let's get right into it. Rebel's whole philosophy really rests on these three pillars. First up is the local-first design, which is all about putting you and only you in control of your data. The second is building an integrated system that's actually designed for real intelligence. And the third is a deep, deep commitment to open formats, so you are never, ever locked in. Let's break down what each of these really means for you. So let's start with the most fundamental principle of all, the idea that your data is yours, period. It belongs to you, and it should live with you. And that, right there, is the very essence of a local-first design. Now, the term local first might sound a little technical, but it boils down to something incredibly simple and, honestly, super powerful. The main authoritative copy of all your data lives on your device. The cloud, it's a great backup, a handy way to sync for sure, but it is not the central hub. Your computer is the source of truth. And you know, this is a massive shift from how most AI tools operate. Typically, you have to send your data up to some company's cloud servers to get processed. That means you need an internet connection, and it means your privacy is basically in their hands. The local-first approach just flips that whole script. By keeping the processing on your machine, Rebel works offline, it's way faster, and you maintain absolute, total control over your privacy. This local-first model has a huge implication for security. I mean, think about connecting services like your Gmail or Slack. Rebel doesn't store your password. Nope. Instead, it uses a secure token that stays right there on your device. The same exact thing goes for any API keys you add. They're stored locally, in your app settings. Your secrets never, ever leave your machine. Okay, let's get really specific about where your data lives, because there's a crucial separation here. First, there's your workspace. That's all your content, your files, your memory. It's all stored in a single folder that you choose and you control. But then there's the application's own data, things like settings and history. That's kept totally separate in the standard app support folder. This deliberate split is what gives you true, undeniable ownership over your actual work.
All right, let's move on to our second pillar and see how this local-first foundation enables a truly intelligent system. Because think about it. When all your context lives together in one place, the AI can start making connections it just couldn't otherwise. This is where the magic really happens, in the way these three elements play off each other. So you start with spaces to organize your work into different contexts, right? As you work, memory starts to learn all the little nuances of each space, your projects, your writing style, your goals. And finally, skills tap into that learned memory to carry out complex tasks, so you don't have to re-explain yourself every single time. It's this awesome compounding system of intelligence.
And this goes way beyond just simple convenience. It actually allows Rebel to evolve. It starts to develop institutional memory by understanding your team's documents. It gains process awareness by running the skills you teach it over and over. It builds personal memory by adapting to your unique workflow. And all of this leads to what we call longitudinal intelligence, which is just an incredible ability to spot patterns and insights across all of your work over long periods of time.
And that brings us to our third and final principle, which is all about freedom. It's about future-proofing your work. The goal here is simple. Your data should be yours in a format you can use anywhere with absolutely no lock-in. So, here's the surprisingly simple truth behind all of this. Underneath all the intelligence and all the features, your entire Rebel workspace is just a collection of folders and standard text files. That's it. There's no proprietary database locking your work away. It's designed from the ground up to be completely transparent and accessible.
And this commitment to openness is literally everywhere. Need to share a conversation? You can just copy the whole thing as clean markdown. Want to see how a skill works, or maybe even build your own? Guess what? It's just a markdown file. Every meeting transcript, every single note, it's all stored in a format that any text editor on the planet can read.
So, the practical benefit of this: total portability. When you get a new computer, there is no complicated export and import process. No, you just copy your workspace folder, point Rebel to the new location, and that's it. Everything, your spaces, your memory, your files, it is instantly there, just how you left it. It really is that simple. Okay, so let's bring this all home. we've talked about these 3 architectural principles, but they aren't just abstract ideas for us nerds. They directly shape the experience and the very features you use every single day.
You can draw a direct line from each of these principles to the features you already use. That local first design, that enables complete data control, which you see in action every time you use privacy mode. The integrated system, that creates the longitudinal intelligence that powers Rebel's ability to find patterns over time. And that commitment to open formats, that delivers true data portability, freeing you from vendor lock-in. It all proves a simple point. The architecture is the experience.
So we'll leave you with this question. These architectural choices aren't just about how Rebel works today. They're really about what's possible tomorrow. When your data is local, integrated, and completely open, it creates a foundation that you can build almost anything on. So what will you build?